Health and nutrition, nurturing mothers of nation's future. Health, education, skill or capacity building, and creation of new and decent employment opportunities essential to unlock full potential of nation's future. Health and nutrition of adolescent girls is the primary edifice on that nation's future or potential of nation's future stands. Now, natural curiosity arises. Why is it so? First, adolescence is the critical pivotal period of cognitive development. And second, it is an opportunity to undo any nutrient deficiencies acquired during early developmental stages. Good health and well-being creates optimum opportunities of their labor force participation in productive activities, and encouraged them women-led prosperity initiatives. National Family Health Survey 5's data depicts grave concerns in terms of girls, women's health and nutrition. For an example, 57% of women in the age group of 15 to 49 and 67% children between 6 months to 59 months are anemic. National Family Health Survey 5 reflects worst state of health, especially for women, from its previous survey, National Family Health Survey 4. World's largest, vibrant, and most inclusive democracy, fifth largest economy, aspiring to become third largest till the end of this decade, third largest startup ecosystem on the cusp of demographic dividends. But to unlock untapped potential, it is inevitable to transform population or passive resources into human capital. For this, we as a nation have to prioritize first to transform population or passive resource into active resource, ensuring good health and well-being and inclusive, equitable, quality education and lifelong learning opportunities for all. Health, nutrition, and education led active resource needs skill or capacity building to address expectations of 21st century dominated with artificial intelligence, machine learning, automation, robotics, new frontiers or exploration of new frontiers of biotechnology, deep space and oceanic missions, emerging disruptive technologies, active resources, enriched with skill and capacity building, and prepared psychologically for skilling, upskilling, and reskilling, make active resource human resource. Creation of new and decent employment opportunities is optimum state to transform human resource into human capital. Human capital is essential for economic prosperity, for creation of wealth, to reduce or eradicate anemic burden, It is essential to prioritize adolescent girls' health and nutrition, as deprivation from good health and well being can lead to cognitive impairment that affects one's academic performance, can result into low educational attainment, which can limit opportunities for employment and economic self-sufficiency. It is grave concern in an era of Industrial Revolution 4.0, where artificial intelligence, machine learning, automation, robotics, quantum computing, domination, or these disruptive technologies domination is increasing alarmingly. In that era, or in this era, we cannot ignore and afford cognitive impairment as we expect to address, or we have to prepare to address the artificial intelligence or machine learning's accuracy with our creativity or imagination. But cognitive impairment realized in our foundational literacy and numeracy ability or skills that is not affordable in the era of artificial intelligence dominated opportunities. Undernourished adolescent girls are also at a higher risk of chronic disease and pregnancy complications, which can lead to an higher healthcare burden on both families and communities or nation at large. Health burden can create financial instability, poverty, and poverty worst form of pollution that destroy potential yet to be realized or thrived. Good health and well-being, nutrition and rich adolescent girls can break the vicious cycle of poverty and deprivation and can create new opportunities and cognitive creativity led prosperity. Directive principles of state policy that are foundational or fundamental in the governance of a welfare state recognize state responsibility in Part 4 of our Constitution. It is duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living and to improve public health. Under Article 21, Part 3 of our Constitution, Fundamental Rights. Life with dignity is our fundamental right. And in Part 4, capital A, Article 51, capital AH, describes as it shall be the duty of every citizen of India to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry and reform. Scientific temper is essential as environmental conditions, cultural norms that lacks a gender neutral environment within a household affects the nutritional uptake in adolescent girls. In this background, states initiatives, specifically welfare states initiative to ensure nutrition, health and well-being, quality education for their citizens, to unlock unbounded potentials of the nation's future. States initiatives, for example, New Health Policy 2017 and Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, New Education Policy 2020, PM's overarching scheme for holistic nutrition program, Poshan 2.0, Rashtriya Kishore Swasthya Karyakram are some examples of state initiatives to ensure health and well-being for adolescent girls, in other words, mother of our nation's future. In an era where instilling fear is deepening, that artificial intelligence or artificially intelligent bots dominate our planet, not our species, Homo sapiens, that evolved from an state from a state of insignificant animal or creature to transform one dominant, that the future of our own planet depends on it. It is essential that adolescent girls with health and well-being, nutrition, enriched cognitive development, skill to address emerging disruptive technologies, led challenge, and even in a capacity to challenge machines' dominance with our creativity and capacity. In essence, it is essential that adolescent girls with health and well-being, nutrition, full, enriched with cognitive development skills to address emerging disruptive technologies, lead challenge, and even in a capacity to challenge machines' learning and their dominance with their or her creativity and compassion. We cannot ignore to contextualize the challenge with transforming our world, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is a plan of action for people, planet, and prosperity. It comprises 17 goals. These goals are indivisible and encompass social, economic, and environmental dimensions. Human being induced global warming led climate change and its catastrophic existential threat, even on our planet's existence. Mean climate change is a global challenge that requires collective response. In this situation, it shall be violation of our constitutional morality, and it will be unethical and immoral, disastrous for humanity to ignore nutrition, the health and well-being of adolescent girls, or left them cognitively impaired behind. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Means health and well-being, nutrition, healthy way of life, love and affection in family, mutual trust, respect for women's dignity, economic prosperity, social capital, state of fearlessness in a state is inevitable to realize health and well-being. AIDS, undernourishment, domestic violence, violates or disrupt health and well-being's physical and mental aspect, whereas social disorder, economic and political instability, chaos, external aggression, warlike situation, or invasion. Example: Russian invasion of Ukraine disrupts health and well-being's social aspect, social well-being, especially for elderly people, children, and women. Climate refugees, or in other terms, we can say human being induced global warming led catastrophic climate change. Its extreme weather events led drought, famine, and compelled refugee crisis. Climate justice issues and women or children's adverse state in violent or chaos wrecked states, whereas in Middle East or in African continent. One in recent example, Russian invasion of Ukraine left millions in a state of abuse or in a state of restlessness.